First and foremost, I want to say, Call Allah, Abanawa Yahweh, by Shema Mashiach, Wahamalak Yahweh Shai. It's all praise to our Father Yahweh, in the name of the Messiah and the King Yahweh Shai, who the word England called Jesus Christ. Right? Soldier Isaiah reporting in for another installment to this Word to the Wise series, right? Number 7, right? Number of completion, the number of Gad, may I mention, right? And I feel like this is a worthy topic in relation to this number, right? This number of completion, because once you come into this ministry, once you come into this understanding, once you actually find the gospel, right, and you start preaching the gospel, it's a vocation that you must only enter if you're going to complete it unto death. Okay. And so that number 7, which means completion, right? In the same manner, right, you must complete your vocation, you must complete your term, which will be considered a lifelong term. Okay. This is a lifelong vow that you must pay. Right. And if you don't pay it, man, you're not fit for the kingdom of heaven. Okay. So with that, we're going to get into it, man. We're going to go first and foremost. Let's get to Romans 12, verse 1. It says, I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of Allah. Let me see something. I'll pray. It's a lot. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of the Most High, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto the Most High, which is your reasonable service. Do I have it showing up? No, it's a lot. All right, we're going to read it again. Romans 12 and 1. It says, I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of the Most High, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice. Right? You have now been created into a sacrifice, right? A living sacrifice unto the Most High, right? And you should present yourself as such, right? And what does a sacrifice do? The same thing that Yahweh Shai did. He died. Okay. And what was granted unto him for dying? A name above all others, right? Ain't that what he said? All right. Holy, acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service. Let's get that. Hebrews 5. Watch this. Boom. In fact, it's Philippians 2nd chapter. Watch this, man. Let's see what he gained for doing these things unto death, right? Philippians 2 and 8. And being found in fashion as a man, he humbled himself and became obedient unto death, even death of the cross, right? Yahweh Shai made himself a living sacrifice, right? The living sacrifice for the nation of Israel. In the same manner, also, you should adorn yourselves as being proud to be a living sacrifice for your people, right? Wherefore, the Most High have highly exalted him because of this, right? Because of becoming obedient unto death, and given him a name which is above every name, that at the name of Yahweh Shai, every knee should bow, of things in heaven and things in earth and things under the earth, and that every tongue should confess that Yahweh Shai Mashiach is Lord, to the glory of who? God the Father, proving the difference between Yahweh Shai and Yahweh. Right. So this is what you have to do, right? Prevent yourself a living sacrifice and become obedient unto death, right? Because it's gonna come a time very soon where, right, certainty of life isn't going to be a thing, right? Certainty of health isn't going to be a thing, man, right? And so being willing to die for this truth, being willing to die under this vocation, right, is something that you have to meditate on and accept as a potential outcome, right? Because if not, man, when those trials come, when those tribulations come, man, guess what's going to happen? When that hour of temptation presents itself, right? A lot of people who didn't make that conscious decision to do this thing unto death aren't going to be ready for it, and they're gonna fold mentally. They're going to collapse or under the pressure, right? So don't be that person, man. Go ahead and do what needs to be done. Prepare thyself, right? Because when it's time for it, man, did I really just, when it's time for it, You need to be ready to die to death if necessary. Watch that. Yeah. It's the book of Luke, chapter 9, verse 57. And it came to pass that as they went in the way, a certain man said unto him, Lord, I will follow thee whithersoever thou goest. Right? So there's a guy, he said, man, look, Yahushua, I'm going to follow you wheresoever you go. Wherever you go, I'm going to follow you. Yahushua said unto him, foxes have holes and birds of the air have nests, but the Son of Man have nowhere to lay his head. Right? So he said, look, Yahushua said, well, you saying you're going to follow me, but sometimes, bro, I don't have a place of shelter. Understand? Sometimes I don't even have a house to lay my head in. Are you ready for that? Are you willing to follow me wherever I go when I don't have a place to go sometime? Right? And he said unto another, follow me. But he said, Lord, suffer me first to go and bury my father. Right? So he said, Yahushua, Yahushua said, you know what I'm saying, follow me. And he said, well, I'm willing to. But first, this doesn't even say whether or not his father's already dead. He said, suffer me first to go and bury my father. So let's just say, right, I got responsibilities to my family, but I want to make sure they in a good situation. I want to make sure they die first, and then I come, right? Nah, then I start doing this work. Nah. We're not suffering it. Okay, we're not allowing it. Okay, if you want to follow Yahweh wherever you go, right, you need to go ahead and bear that cross now. Okay, verse 60. Yahweh said unto him, let the dead bury their dead, but go thou and preach the kingdom of the Most High. Said, man, somebody else will take care of that. All right, let people that aren't within this ministry take care of those type of matters, like those worldly affairs. Like we're not entangling ourselves in those things, right? So what needs to happen is you need to allow those people to do those type of things, and you need to go ahead and start preaching this gospel. You need to go ahead and start preaching the kingdom of the Most High, right? And another also said, verse 61, Lord, I will follow thee, but let me first go bid them farewell, which are at home in my house, right? Now you have another person who, okay, boom, they ready right now, but they just want to go and say, all right, today or bye to their people because they know they finna be, you know what I'm saying, going to all these different countries and I mean never really having enough time to come and spend with them. Right. So let me go say bye to them since I'm not gonna be able to spend time with them anymore. I'm gonna be fully devoted to this cause. Right. And how I said unto him, verse 62, no man having put his hand to the plow and looking back is fit for the kingdom of God. Right? If you put your hands to the plow, if you begin this work, there is no looking back. You start following me, there is no looking back because if you look back, you're not fit for the kingdom. You didn't really like the Kahan Hassad always mentions, man. You didn't count the cost, right? You didn't consider the work and the effort it was going to take, right? And so with that, you're not fit for the kingdom because what person, what good steward, what good harbinger of a message starts to send the message and then doesn't get the message across to everyone who it was meant for, right? Don't come back to this kingdom. Don't come back to your king until you have properly distributed the message to everyone it was meant for. Yahushua said, what? We have to preach this to all nations. We have to preach it to everyone. So going back to a normal life after we've entered this vocation is not happening, bro. Right? Ain't no starting to ignore brothers when they calling you for breakdowns, right? Ain't no ignoring brothers when they need matters of counsel, right? Ain't no ignoring Jake when he's in a messed up situation and look at you for guidance on how to get out of it, right? Ain't no saying no. I don't feel like going out and teaching this week. Ain't no. I'm not gonna put out a video this. Ain't no no. Ain't no. There is no more no to this kingdom, to this ministry, right? Everything you do, all of your efforts need to be geared towards laying out the foundation for this ministry to be actualized, man. Like that's what you need to be completely devoted to, right? And if not, you're not fit for the kingdom of God, right? Started Romans 12, once it Luke. We get the 1 Corinthians 9. Yeah, boom. We here. Go to verse 24. This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 9, verse 24. Know ye not that they which run in a race run all, but one receiveth the prize? So run that ye may obtain. So it says, don't you understand that when you run in a race, right, you have other competitors, right? But are these motherfuckers this so-called Christians running this race with the actual potential of receiving the prize, of really obtaining the prize? No, because what they don't push the true gospel. They're not urging repentance and sincere repentance, the proper repentance, right? The proper baptism, the real Yahweh, right? They're not running to obtain. They're not doing this unto death, right? Verse 25, it says, and every man that strives for mastery is temperate in all things. Now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we incorruptible. You think about people who have trades, who have careers, who have abilities, right, that they've crafted over the course of their life, right, and they strive to be masters of these things, right? You might be temperate in other things, but it says what they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, right? Vainglory, right? Maybe a few medals, right? You get a few goddamn gold trophies. You understand? Right? Things that are corruptible, things that mean nothing, right? Vain, materialistic. But we incorruptible, because what this kingdom, once when we receive this kingdom, there's no taking it back. It's no diminishing of our stance, of our position, right? It's incorruptible, unlike the things of this world. Verse 26, I therefore so run, not as uncertainly, right? I don't run as uncertain. I don't think that what I'm doing is vain. I'm not running. I'm not doing it and like, what if I'm doing this for no reason, right? What if what if this whole time, man, I end up, I end up doing this and man, it meant nothing, right? Like somebody that's training for a boxing match, but really don't think he gonna win the fight, right? Somebody that's into the marathon and really have no intent of finishing the marathon, no trust in their abilities to finish the marathon, right? Why would you run as uncertainly, right? But we don't do that. We run with certainty. So fight I, not as one that beateth the air, but I keep under my body and bring it into subjection, lest that by any means, when I have preached to others, I myself should be a castaway. Right? You don't want to be the guy that, like I say, there is one that teaches many is unprofitable to himself. Right? You don't want to be that guy that end up teaching so many people and fall out the truth because you didn't bring your body and your mind into subjection. Right? And understand that this is a ministry unto death. Right? Until Yahweh shall, either until death or until he returns. And that's a hard pill to swallow. You think about all the young brothers in this truth, man. Lord willing, we all make it to the end. But it's gonna be it's a very high chance that a lot of us, Lord willing, all of us make it. There's a very high potential that a lot of the young brothers in this thing are not going to make it to the end, right? Because they haven't counted the cost and haven't considered that now that I've touched this plow, I can't turn around, right? So you need to be extremely conscious of that, right? And the decision that you've made, right? And the vocation that you've chosen, right? We're gonna go to Proverbs 6. Let's see. Proverbs 66. The book of Proverbs, chapter 6. Uh We're gonna start at verse 6 though. It says, "Go to the ant, thou sluggard." Right. This is a proverb. Right, meaning what? It's an idiom. It means it's a parable. It says, "Go to the ant, thou sluggard. Consider her ways and be wise." Right. Go to the ant. Look at the ant. Is the ant ever not working? Is the ant ever selfish in his intents? No, everything that the ant does is what geared towards the benefit of the colony, right? The ant does everything with the intent of ensuring the well-being of the colony, right? And so what? It's always working. Once it's begun its work, is a what do you call a worker ant, right? For the colony, it doesn't stop. And it would be wise for you to consider the ant when you come into this truth, when you come into this ministry. Because what? The same way that the ant can't stop working once it begins to work, you can't stop working, right? Which have no God, no overseer or ruler, right? And it doesn't need anybody like Paul was saying in Philippians the second chapter as well, right? As you have obeyed in my presence, I also need to be doing this in my absence, right? Working out that salvation with fear and trembling. Okay, you need to consider that. And the same way that he said that is because of what? The ant not having a guide or no any supervision, right? And yet and still it works with the intent of fulfilling his vocation to the colony. Provided her meat in the summer and gathereth her food in the harvest. How long wilt thou sleep, O sluggard? When wilt thou arise out of thy sleep? Right? Showing you that what? Being a sluggard is of negative connotation. Right? So don't be a sluggard. Look at the ant and consider how hard is of a worker it is. Right? And take after those mannerisms, take after those behaviors. Right? Arise out of sleep. We're gonna go to Luke 12 now. Start at verse 35. Book of Luke, chapter 12, verse 35. It says, "Let your loins be girded about and your lights burning." All right. Prepare yourself and always stay prepared. All right. After you've prepared yourself, always be prepared. Right. And ye yourselves like unto men that wait for their Lord when he will return from the wedding. Then when he cometh and knocketh, that they may open unto him immediately. Right. When Yahushua returns, like I say, this is a vocation that is either unto death or unto his return. Right. So when he does return, right, and he comes and he knocks for you, right, you can open the door immediately. Right. You're already prepared, waiting for him, patiently waiting. Verse 37. Blessed are those servants whom the Lord, when he cometh, shall find watching, right, on duty, right, performing the vocation. Right. Verily I say unto you, he shall gird himself and make them to sit down to meat and will come forth and serve them. And if he shall come in the second watch or come in the third watch and find them so, blessed are those servants, right? And you think about, like, for instance, people that work at warehouses, people that work like security in certain places overnight, right? You had those second shift and those third shift folks that be tired as a mud on the clock, right? But they know it's a potential of their supervisor or their manager or their team lead or whatever doing a walkthrough and coming and find their ass sitting on their ass, right? Yes, it's a very high potential of this. And so what? They know, man, I can't go to sleep because if they find me sitting on my ass, sleep or something, I'm going to get fired, all right? In the same manner, Yahushua, when he returned, he that manager that when he returned, your ass sleep on the clock. No matter which watch it is, whether you come in the daytime during the second shift or the graveyard shift, right? Which is spiritual that is called the graveyard shift because the same way, there'll be a lot of people that die in this last this last watch, right? We in this last hour coming up shortly, and guess what? Like that's the hardest time to keep yourself awoke during your shift. In the same way, man, you need to be ready and girded and awoke, right? Light burning when Yahushua returns, no matter which watch it is, because that's going to be your blessing. Verse 39, and this so that if the good man of the house had known what hour the thief would come, he would have watched and not have suffered his house to be broken through, right? If you knew exactly when your house was coming, right, it wouldn't be no second guessing, right? Boom, I know for a fact. If I start now, I know I can, you know what I'm saying? I can make it to the end, right? But because you don't know, right, you're uncertain, there's a potential of him coming when you least expect it. Right. The same way if a man knew off dump, I just somebody already gave me the spiel, man. These folks gonna come rob me around about 9 o'clock at night, 3 in the morning, or whatever, right? He could get a nap in, set an alarm 5 minutes ahead of time, sitting in his little rocking chair with his shotgun and wait on him. Same way the old dude used to wait on Jeepers Creepers to wake up. Right? It used to be an old head dude just sitting there. You remember Jeepers Creepers? Just sit there and wait on him to wake up. The same way, if you knew that somebody was going to come and steal all the things you had, right? Come and try to steal your riches from you, steal your goods from you, you would watch. You wouldn't allow your shit to get broken through, obviously, right? Be ye there, verse 40, be ye therefore ready also, for the Son of Man cometh at an hour when ye think not, right? So what? It means what? Be ready at any moment. Meaning what? Ain't no time for going back and living a regular life. Because you come and you find that your house shot comes, you after you done came into this thing and you done been steadfast for a few years, and now you wanna get lax, right? You wanna get complacent, right? And because you think, oh, you still got this prophecy to come to pass, you still got this prophecy to come to pass. Once the mark of the beast come and play, man, I'm gonna get back in this thing. Man, hell no. Right? Wicked ass niggas, man. Right? Stay steadfast, consider the ant. Verse 41. Then Peter said unto him, Lord, speakest thou this parable unto us, or even to all? And Yahushua said, who then is that faithful and wise steward, whom his Lord shall make ruler over his household to give them their portion of meat in due season? Right? So he goes into a parable about a person that owns a house and is trying to figure out who is going to be made the ruler of it when it's time for him to die. Verse 43, blessed that servant whom his Lord when cometh shall find so doing. Right? Most of the time, right, the ruler of a house is going to choose the servant that every time he comes around, he's always active. He's always doing something in consideration of the benefit of the house. Right? That's going to be the servant that receives the blessing. Of a truth I say unto you, that he will make him ruler over all that he have, because what? He can trust him. He can trust that he's consistent. He's proven a certain level of consistency of action. So what's going to happen? You're going to entrust him with, because when he leaves and he dies, he knows that boom, it didn't. All of my estate is going to be upkept in a proper manner, right? Because I have somebody in charge of it that I've seen consistent and they gave a damn about the account of it. Verse 45. But and if that servant say in his heart, my Lord delayed this coming, and shall begin to beat the men servants and maidens, and to eat and drink and to be drunken, the Lord of that servant will come in a day when he looketh not for him, and at an hour when he is not aware, and will cut him in sunder, and will appoint him his portion with the unbelievers. Right? And the same way when Yahushua returns and you find you you know being inconsiderate of the potentials of the time that we're in, right? And you want to start getting drunk, you want to start manipulating the little ones, offending the little ones, right? Being a part of those of the world, right? You're gonna come when he does come, and you least expect it, because you thinking his return is being prolonged, right? You're gonna put your head to death right along with all the unbelievers. And that servant which knew his Lord's will and prepared not himself, neither did who knew his Lord's will, right, and prepared not himself, neither did according to his will, shall be beaten with many stripes. He gonna beat the shit out you first and foremost. He's gonna torture you and then put you to death. Verse 48. But he that knew not and did commit things worthy of stripes shall be beaten with few stripes. You still gonna get your punishment, boo, because you didn't know that you were responsible for upkeep of the Lord's house and things of that nature, right? Pursuing this kingdom. You still gonna get beaten, but you're gonna get few stripes. For unto whomsoever much is given, of him shall be much required. And to whom men have committed much, of him they will ask the more. right? So you have to be very mindful of the fact that you have been given the understanding of what the will of the Lord is, right? And if you know it and you're not you're not preparing yourself and doing according to what the Most High wants you to do and your house High wants you to do, right? You're gonna be beaten with many stripes, man. You're gonna receive a terrible death, all right, on the upcoming return of Yahweh Shai, all right, Lord willing, sooner than we consider. I go to Matthew 24. Matter of fact, we're gonna go to Matthew 24. That's cool. Matthew 24 and 13. Verse 13, it says, but he that, what is it? Verse 20, we're gonna start at verse 12. Right, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Right, it's going. This is an end time. We read Matthew the 24th chapter. We know this is end time connotation prophecy. Well, we're gonna start at verse 8. All these are the beginning of sorrows. Verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. Right, so we know these things are coming. Right, we know these things are coming and have come. Right, all these things are the beginning of sorrows. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. Because the more we teach in this gospel, the more we're teaching the truth about who we are and who these devils are, right? Who our enemies are, and what their Yahweh Shai is coming to destroy these people and take all their riches and make them our slaves. What they gonna hate us for, right? Verse 10, this truth is gonna make you to be hated. It says, and then shall many be offended and shall betray one another and shall hate one another, right? When all these afflictions come upon us, right? This hatred that's being shown towards us, all these sorrowful acts, right? All the destruction around you, right? People are going to be offended in this truth because they didn't count the cost. They didn't understand that this was a vocation worthy unto death, appointed unto death. And many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. And that's what time we in, man. It's a cold world we live in, literally, right? Because iniquity has a bound. Verse 13, but he that shall endure unto the end, right? The people that have put in work and considered this unto the end, the same shall be saved, right? This is what we're looking for, right? The salvation that is deemed only for those who endure to the end, right? So be mindful of that. The only people getting saved are those that endure unto the end. Okay, 2 Timothy. This is 2 Timothy chapter 2. I was gonna bring this out earlier, but I knew that I was gonna go into it, so I was like, let me just go ahead and bring it out in the proper order. All right, 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 2. It says, and the things that thou hast heard of me among many witnesses, the same commit thou to faithful men who shall be able to teach others also. Right? Like the things that you've heard of Yahweh Shai amongst many it's a lot. This is also going towards Paul to Timothy, right? Things you've heard amongst about him, right? And the same with Yahweh Shai, that commit to faithful men, people that you tell these things to men that you know are steadfast, are faithful to the cause, right? Trustworthy, right? Proven, who shall be able to teach others also. Men deemed able to teach others, right? Verse 3, thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahweh Shai Mashiach. Like expect in the same manner to have to endure this hardness as a good soldier, right? Verse 4, no man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who have chosen to be a soldier, right? Once you become a warrior, once you become a soldier in the army, all that regular civilian lifestyle shit doesn't matter no more, right? You can't entangle yourself with those affairs. You can't say, oh damn, I gotta get deployed. I got, after I've been deployed, oh man, I gotta go back home, bro. My grandma died. No, you cry, you suck that shit up, you mourn for a time, and you get over it. Because you got a water fight, right? In the middle of the battle, you think you're gonna just go home and bury your grandmama? God forbid, right? Because that wouldn't be pleasing. That wouldn't be pleasing to the person that's called you to be a soldier, right? It's chosen you to be a soldier. You think you're gonna just they say, oh well, I know you want me to be a soldier. I'm one of your top soldiers, but I got other stuff to tend to, right? You're not fit for the king. You're not fit for the benefit of winning this battle, right? You're not fit for the reward of winning this battle, right? You've been better off not even becoming a soldier, bro. Right? If you're not gonna fight the whole fight. Watch this. We're gonna end it. Let's see. We're gonna end it with this, man. Right. I think this is this is all right. All right. All right. 9:32 and 28. It's the book of Sirach, chapter 4, verse 28. It says, what? Strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for thee. Right? Strive for the truth unto death. Right? Once you come into this truth, once you gain the understanding of who you are, right? Once you've accepted that we have to go out on these highways and byways and teach our people, right? We have to do what is deemed worthy of the vocation that we've chosen. You do these things unto death. You fight for these things unto death, right? You contend for these things unto death. When you deal with the word strife or strive, it means to contend or earnestly contend, right? Earnestly contend for the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for thee, right? If you want to be fought for, right? You need the Lord to win this fight, right? You want divine intervention to take place when it's time for World War III to take place and nukes are flying everywhere. You want the Lord to fight for you, give you a kingdom, right? You need to be doing this thing unto death, because if not, you're not worthy for the benefits. You're not worthy for the benefits that come to the people that actually did fight for them unto death, right? The people that actually did present themselves a living sacrifice, right? And did this thing unto death, endured unto the end. All right. So if you want the benefits of the kingdom, you want the pleasures of being the first fruits of the kingdom. Matter of fact, what's that? Who going to be the first fruits? It's a lot. Who's going to be the first fruits? Let's see. It's the I need to keep reading. Verse 6. We're gonna finish this. The husbandman that laboreth must be first partaker of the fruits. Our praises, right? The husbandman that laboreth must be first partaker of the fruits, right? The husband is a person that tills the ground, right? The person that cultivates a garden, right? The same way that we're out being husbandmen for the kingdom, right? We're sowing seeds for the kingdom, right? But the one that laboreth must be first partaker of the fruits, right? If you want to be a first partaker of the fruit, you want to experience the first fruits of this kingdom, right? All Israel shall be saved. Okay, boom, you got me there. But a lot of Israel gonna have to see that second death, right? But those who are first partakers of the fruits are going to be those that what? That laboreth, right? That laboreth, right? You have to be a laborer. And if you're not a laborer, you're not worthy of the first fruits of the kingdom. This is the last one. John 6. 24. I says, when the people, John chapter 6, verse 24, when the people therefore saw that Yahushua was not there, neither his disciples, they also took shipping and came to Capernaum seeking for Yahushua. And when they had found him on the other side of the sea, they said unto him, Rabbi, when camest thou hither? Right? When you get over here? Right? Yahushua answered them and said, verily, verily, I say unto you, ye seek me not because ye saw the miracles, but because ye did eat of the loaves and were filled. Right? There's a lot of people that they only seek Yahushua for the benefits, right? For the miracles that he performed. Right? Verse 27, this was his response. Labor not for the meat which perisheth, but for that meat which endureth unto everlasting life. Right? You got people that go out and they do this thing. They join the truth so they can start businesses and things of that nature. Right? Madness. Not saying that you can't do that, but that's not what you should be laboring for. You shouldn't be laboring for filthy lucre. right? Because that's not going to benefit you. It's going to perish. It say what riches profit not in the day of wrath, man. The day of destruction is not going to matter, right? But for that meat which endureth unto everlasting life, which the Son of Man shall give unto you, for him have Yahweh the Father sealed. Then said they unto him, what shall we do that we might work the works of the Most High? Right? Yahweh shall answer and said unto them, this is the work of the Most High, that ye believe on him who he have sent. And everything that they said, that Yahweh shall said unto them, right? You need to be believing. All of the words of your apostles, you need to be believing, right? And taking heed to, right? Unto death. Because if not, you're not ready for the kingdom, man. And with that, I'm gonna say shalom.